this tutorial I'm going to do a short video on how to how you can use this indicator I gave out in the Telegram channel, and this is a short video. The indicator is very simple to use. It's not complicated. It's something that's just straight for you to understand. Now this is the indicator I'm talking about. No, this is not the indicator. This is okay. This is exactly the indicator I'm talking about. But when talking about this indicator, I need to add now. This is the indicator I'm talking about. This is definitely the indicator that I gave out in the Telegram channel free. Now, how do you use this indicator? This is good in 4 hours time frame. You can use it in 30 minutes or 1 hour time frame, depending on how you want to use it. You can remove and add few indicator to it to supplement and to make you understand when to enter and when to exit a trade. Now, secondly, before I go on, understand that if you want to enter a forex market, trade forex as a sniper. Don't trade forex as Chuck Norris that shoots, that enters anywhere he sees. Understand your risk management. When you talk about risk management, you talk about ratio. 1 is to so percentage on how you can manage your money. $100 account, you know, you manage your risk ratio. You know how many trades you need to open. $1,000 account, you know how many trades you need to open. You know how to enter a trade. You know what lot size to use. That's how to manage. We know where to set your stop loss and know where to set your take profit. This is exactly the indicator I sent out. So first of all, I'll start to explain one after the other. This is called a solar wind. That is uptrend, which is complete buy signal. You swing back again, sell signal, uptrend, buy signal, sell signal. So the up green here you see above is a buyer signal, buy trend. The below here is what a sell trend. That is the red and green sell trend, which most of us knows. Now coming to up this place, basically the normal indicator of this STI, if this smart trader Indonesia, the normal indicator here and how it is this. This is exactly how this indicator is. So I added these things to the ones I gave you out there. So I added this trigger and I added this solar wind to the one I gave out free in the Telegram channel. So if you want to get this indicator, check our channel. You see the indicator there and it has a password. I think I posted the password. If the password is not there, inbox me. I will send the password to you free of charge. Now this right here is a resistance level. You definitely know that this is a support. This is also a support here. This long here is also a long-term support. This is a support. This is a support. It didn't break the support. Now this is a resistance. If you measure this long, please, a long resistance, and it break the resistance level, dropped again and dropped on top of that resistance level, which if you have a pivot point, it will drop on top of that pivot point and swing up again and retrace up again. Now aside that, you see a big arrow here, this blue big arrow with a line, another blue big arrow here with a line, then with a small white arrow up and down. That's what this indicator contains with a trend corridor. I call this trend corridor, these tiny white lines. Then this yellow line I call it trigger. You can also swing, you can also scalp with it. If you're good in scalping, you can scalp with this red stuff here. That's why I added it for you guys to see, and it can also confirm trade. Then basically these arrows you see here repents. Be very careful on that. It's these ones you see here, it repents. This STI estimator scalping, it repents very well. It shifts. Maybe it comes up, you see, it goes sell to disappear and comes down. That's what I mean by repents. But this ones works with this, doesn't repent. Now I have to remove this off to explain it very well. Now, how do you enter a trade? How do you exit a trade with this indicator? First of all, watch this. I'm using Euro USD time a pair on 30 minutes time frame. Let me switch to 1 hour time frame. Okay, I'm using it on 1 hour time frame now. Now before you enter a trade, this is what you have to confirm. When you get this white arrow and blue arrow, don't just jump into trade and say you want to trade and start making profits. No, If you enter, definitely you make profit, but don't enter first. Confirm with any indicator you have. If you have any indicator that's going to help you out, add them to this, add them enough to this indicator I gave you. Then understand it, implement your own strategy of trading into it. The strategy you learned, or anyone you are being taught of, insert it here and go on with it. Now back to what I was saying. When you see this white signal, see this big arrow, let me start from here. Before you enter here, confirm with this word STI OBOs. That is, it's more like RSI, or it's more like RVO. Understand? It's more like RVI or RSI or MSCD. So that is it. Then how do you confirm that? If you want to buy from here, it gave you this signal, it gave you this white signal, and this is a crossing. I call this yellow trend here a signal trend. I call this red here a moving average trend, or system trend. That's what I call it myself. You know how you name your own stuff for you not to forget, and for you not to mislead yourself. Now this is yellow trend. I call it signal trend. I call the red line moving trend. Now when this yellow line crosses the red line and goes down, it shows you it's going to be a buy sell signal. I have to talk about sell first before I go to buy. Now this here is a complete signal, but I have to confirm it before I enter. Now it crosses here, so let me zoom up a little. It crosses here, see, a sell signal. Then this yellow line, this signal line, crosses the moving line, the moving average line, crosses it. Then I don't have to enter it when I see a little cross here. Don't do that, because if you do, maybe it's going to touch it and swing up and go up again. For example, this is what I'm telling you here. If you do such thing, little cross here, you say yes, it's going to go down. You started selling. You get something like this. You think it's going to cross, and you touch and start going up again, going a long buy. So be very careful. Now when it crosses and it steps to 1 or 2 candlesticks, that's when you now enter. For example, it crosses at this big arrow. The first candlestick is a sell, is a buy trend. The second one is a sell signal. Then I have to do what? Then you can enter in the second or third, which means you have seen a very big space here. That yes, this is definitely going to sell. So even if you're going to retrace, you're going to sell a little before it was that converge to another trend. So you sold. Then as soon as it crosses the trend corridor, the overbought and oversold, these two lines in between this yellow and red lines, when it crosses it downwards, crosses the second one, get ready to close your profit, or to take your profit. Now when it crosses downward and you see something like this again, you close your trade. But definitely I know you put your take profit maybe one or a few pips away, or put your stop loss behind. So that is it. Then if you want to go by, the same thing applies. When the yellow line is above the red line. So basically yellow line below the red line is a sell signal. Yellow line above the red line is a buy signal, which is also here. And this solar wind here, this indicator here, confirmed a little hit, so it gave you a signal here, you see. Then you entered in the third one, which is the second line here. It's the second line here. Second line in this solar wind movement. Now the same thing applicable to this trend here. It give you a signal line here. Then you now entered buy signal at one or two candlestick, the first and the second candlestick, or you can enter in the third candlestick to go buy. So be very careful on that. This should be on Friday. Okay, this should be on Friday, because it's a very big space it dropped before it went buy again. So that's how you can trade within this indicator. It's very simple and very easy. Now without this solar wind, which other indicator do I have to add to confirm another entry and exit. Now I want to add one other indicator called Mega FX. It also gives me signal. It's a euro goes yes. Now this is another confirmation of entry and exit. Now when you watch this indicator, see the red line here, red arrow here, it shows you sell. You see what I'm talking about before? So it gave me a complete signal here. I did not enter. It crosses again, I don't enter. But here now, it gave me a complete signal, which is that the third candlestick. This gave me a signal I should want to enter a trade. Some will enter a trade when it comes to this point now, and maybe the trend will now reverse again, reverse to an upward trend before it continues to sell. So to reverse to upward trend and hit your stop loss before you know it. So when you see such complete signal, say yes, I think this is a complete signal. Let me wait for this alert to come up before I enter a trade. Now I now see this. I say fine, this is a complete signal. I have entered a trade. So when you see such signal and enter, it's sure of least 1 or 2 pips or 4 pips or 8 pips profit. So even if you see such profit, and depending on your lot size you use, depending on your risk management, you can take the profit and get out from there. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you don't say I would have stayed long, I would have left the trade, don't do that in forex trading. Don't ever say I would have. It's wrong. Take that profit. Okay, what if you would have and the thing goes against you? You still continue to say I would have closed it. I would have closed it when I notice it's going to retrace, because you don't know the market. Remember I said earlier before, you don't know the market. You are only trading the trends, trading the charts. So this last indicator added here also helps a lot. See, entry, it gave complete signal here, but the entry is in second candlestick. Yeah, second candlestick. Something applicable here. So you see a small sell and small buy. Let's look at it. You see this one here now. When you see this buy signal, you have to say you want to enter. Before you enter such trend, when you see such thing here, check out this one first. Check this out first. When you get a signal with this above a buy signal, do not enter. It's an invalid signal. When you get a buy signal above this, lest I forget that, when you get this buy signal above this place, do not enter a trade. It's an invalid signal. I repeat again, when you see a buy signal, something like this above here, do not enter the trade to avoid had I known. Then when you see a sell signal below here, do not enter a trade. Even when you see a buy signal or sell signal in between this trend line, for example, you see this crossover here, this little crossover here, don't try it. Don't say because yes, I know it's going to go up, I know it's going to go down. Don't try it. See this in between ranging time here, in between this trend line. Don't try it until you see a very big crossover like this or like this. That's when you can. When a big crossover comes in, you can enter a trade. A big crossover comes in below, you can enter a trade, buy or sell. Now, when you see a top here, crossover buy signal here, don't enter a trade. Even below here, you see another sell signal here, don't enter a trade. But when you see some sell signal on top here, like this one on top, you enter. Here you buy, good. But here, don't just try it until this one comes out to this point and give you the buy signal. You can enter a trade. Be very careful on that. Be very careful on that. So secondly, then how do you trade with this time frame? I've told you guys how to trade with this indicator. You can add another indicator you are good at: RSI, MSE, and moving average, Bollinger Bands. Anyone you want to add it up, you can add it. Then I can't just teach you guys everything and talk about everything all together. You can Google about Bollinger Bands and a few indicators and understand it yourself and understand how to use it. Make research, understand how to use those indicators, the time frame you need to be using it at, so on and so forth. So then how do I trade? Most people ask me, how do I trade in time frame? This is what I do. I do in a ratio form. First I did 1:30, 5 minutes is to 1 hour, 15 minutes is to 4 hours. That's how I do my own movement. So before I enter trade, if I want to trade in 1 minute time frame, if I want to scalp in 1 minute time frame or trade in 1 minute time frame, I have to check 30 minutes and know the direction before I enter, and I will not enter in 1 minute time frame. Nothing concerns me to 5 or 15 minutes. So if 30 minutes is going by, is in a buy signal, and 1 hour time frame is still trying to go by, I have to enter in 1 minute. Then after 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, I have to take my profit and leave the trade. Now in 5 minutes, I have to check 1 hour time frame. So in 1 hour time frame, I check 1 hour time frame. This is still a selling signal. It's a sell signal, but no arrow yet. See what I'm talking about? A buy and sell signal here. 4 hours time frame, 1 hour time frame. Then in 5 minutes, 5 minute time frame is showing me buy. So this trend is what showing me buy here. It crosses. You understand? When you see this, it crosses here. So you show me a buy signal. I maybe have to enter a buy signal, but then in 1 hour time, still selling here. So this is an invalid signal. I don't have to enter this trend because I don't know what's going to happen in 1 hour time. That's how I do all trend. Then when you check 15 minutes, 15 minutes time frame has gone down to sell. 4 hours time frame has gone down to, as is uptrend, still trying to come down. So this is an invalid trend for me to trade. But the way I trade is 1 hour, 1 minute is to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes is to 1 hour, 15 minutes to 4 hours. Some people do trade 1 hour is to 15 to 30, 1 hour is to 1 minute is to 15 to 30, 1 minute is to 4 hours and 1 hour. So it all depends on the way you analyze and check your trends before you enter a trade. So if you enter a trade in 1 or 15 minutes, 1 minute, get ready to close it in 5 or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So each candlestick here now, I'm in 4 hours. Each candlestick here is in 4 hours. So check on 1 minute to 4 hours. Let's assume that this candlestick is a sell signal. This first candlestick that has a top round yellow stuff on it is a sell signal. So throughout 1 minute, it's going to sell a long sell. So 1 minute is sell, 1 minute sell, buy, but it's a sell signal, but it's going to have a trend. For you to know what I'm talking about, let's check it. Let's check the dates below. This candlestick here, we have 16 o'clock. Time is 12:05, 13th of this month. Then we have 16 o'clock. Now let's check 1 hour time frame. We check 1 hour time frame, then we'll see, look for 16 o'clock, which is today. So it's still behind. Oh, sorry about that. Which is 16 o'clock. So 16 o'clock is still behind. You see that 16 o'clock is still behind. O'clock is still behind. 16 o'clock. Oh, this is 16 o'clock. Yeah. So in that 4 hours from here, this is 16:44 below 16:42. So from here now, let's assume it's 16 o'clock here. We enter the sell signal here, and the thing continue to drop. This 1 minute time frame, it dropped to a point at this point. So how many feet if you want to trade in time? If you want to trade in 1 minute time frame, so people trade in 1 minute time frame and they make some sharp profit on that, a long trade. So that is it. So I think I've showed you that. So if you check 30 minutes, each candlestick is 30 minutes. Each candlestick 30 minutes. When you enter 1 minute to 30 minutes, you know how to take a profit. So that is it. So I think I've did a short video on how you can trade with this indicator. This arrow is good, but confirm with this crossover here, with this yellow line as a signal line, red line as a ranging line, or whatever moving range line. So whenever it's on top of it, whenever the yellow line crosses the red line on top, is a buy signal. When it's below it, is a sell signal. So confirm with the arrow, confirm with this, and confirm with any other indicator you can add here, or apex point you can add to enter and exit a trade. Basically, if you do this, quote me right, you're going to make some special profit, and your loss is going to be less, at least at the ratio of 85 to 20. So 85 profit or 90% profit and 10% loss. Be very careful on that. Practice with it very well on your demo account before you go live with it. Thank you guys, and God bless you. This is Prince Swift, Zakatech FX, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share the video, and trade wisely. Study more, practice more in demo accounts, learn different strategies, and also trade wisely. I'll continue to share some expert advice for people that loves robots, EAs, and indicators. I'll continue to share anyone at my disposal. Anyone I want to sell to you, I can sell it out. So that is it. I can tell you, okay, this is it, this is the price I'm going out for free. So it all depends on how active the channel is and how people comes into the channel. That determines how I'm going to do that. So thank you guys, and God bless you. Prince Swift signing off. Bye for now.